Call this October 20th regular session to order. First, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0. Also, let me back up just a second. I would like to welcome Dr. Butler to her first meeting with us, and we're happy to have her here and excited to start this journey together. So thank you, Dr. Butler, for being with us. Also, next, I need a motion to approve the minutes
So moved.
for the September 15th, September 18th, and October 6th meetings.
Still so moved.
Second.
Mr. Hammack, Mr. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 4-0. Recognitions, Mr. Colquitt.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom. Good evening, board members and Dr. Butler. We have a few folks to recognize this evening, so I'll ask that you step down into the well. As you do so, I'll point out the art display this month has been provided by students from Oconee County Elementary School. Their advisor is Michelle Jones. We thank the chiefs for sharing these amazing pieces with us. This artwork will be on display throughout the month on the hallway monitors. First this evening, the board will recognize the Pursuit of Excellence Award winner for Transportation, John McElroy. He is receiving a $50 Visa gift card, fleece blanket, stainless steel mug, and tote from Peach State Federal Credit Union, as well as additional gift cards from Chops and Hops and Rosie's Hometown Meats, and a plaque from Oconee County Schools. We should also note that today is School Bus Driver Appreciation Day and the beginning of National School Bus Safety Week. We thank all members of the transportation staff for their work in transporting our most precious cargo each day. Mr. John, this is where I have to embarrass you just a little bit with some nomination form comments. John is always willing to lend a hand. He once sent all of us a text that read, "The best part of my job is the people." John always does things for everyone. If he doesn't have an answer, he finds it out. He always has a smile on his face. He is always willing to help. He is a person who cares about people and cares about what he does. He goes above and beyond his required duties to help out with whatever needs to be done. He successfully multitasks and does not neglect attention to detail. He gives 100% of himself with a positive attitude and leaves coworkers and students smiling. The Pursuit of Excellence Award winner for Transportation, John McElroy. Next, the board will recognize Dove Creek Middle's Caleb Parsons as the grand champion overall county group of lambs from the FFA State Fair. Finally, this evening, the Board of Education has once again earned exemplary board recognition from the Georgia School Board Association. Oconee County has been recognized each year since 2015, including Governance Team of the Year in 2020. The exemplary honor is the highest recognition bestowed by the GSBA. Board members, congratulations.
Next, we have Points of Pride with Oconee Elementary. Welcome.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Butler. Welcome to your first meeting. I'm Jennifer Lockridge, proud principal of Oconee County Elementary. And joining me this evening to talk to you about something that we're very proud of is our new assistant principal, Dory Davis. We also have a teacher extraordinaire, Erin Carroll, and a parent of one of our students, Leah Fuller, and her daughter Charlotte Fuller is going to share, and Andy Carroll is also going to share. And we are here to share with you tonight something that makes us very proud as an OCES chief, and that's our 2nd to 3rd grade Step-Up Day.
So Oconee County Elementary and Oconee County Primary have a very unique relationship. So all other elementary schools in the county house kindergarten through 5th, while we share the love, and we have K2 at the primary and 3 through 5 at the elementary school. So Miss Hilly and Miss Dalton are the leaders, the two blondes in the middle, are the leaders at the primary school, also known as the little school or the school down the hill, while Miss Lockridge and myself, the sole brunette of the quartet there, are the leaders of the big school or the school up the hill. So the four of us work really closely together and make an effort to make those two buildings really feel like one. And we've hashtag One Campus. That's our slogan when we're planning things and trying to make it really feel like one school.
Uh-oh. We've skipped one. Okay, here we go. So we have done several things as two schools, Ms. Hilly and I, to try to bring the two campuses, one campus into one campus. On the left side, you can see the things that we've done as a staff. We've done collaborative professional development together, shared fundraising efforts together, joint leadership meetings. We do staff socials so that our staffs learn who each other are. And we align our calendar events to help keep us cohesive. On the right is what we've done for parents. And these are things that they said that they really wanted us to do more of. And that's the joint spirit nights, because it's hard for them to go from one to the other. Shared school improvement efforts. The Chiefs Cup is something that we also do with both campuses. And book buddies, we had our 3rd graders go down to the kindergarten to read to them last year. We're going to do that again this year. And then also 2nd grade Step-Up Day, which is what we really came to talk to you about today. So I'm going to let Miss Carroll, who is the brainchild behind all of the events, share how she pulled it off.
Good evening. I'm very proud to share how we brought this day to life. And it was a day designed not only to welcome the new 3rd graders, but a day to turn nerves into excitement. From the start, we knew we wanted the day to be filled with joy and excitement and give confidence to the kids, but we also wanted to let them know that there's still a level of high expectations and excellence and responsibility that it takes to move from a little chief to a chief. So we began by brainstorming of what we wanted that to look like. We wanted it to be fun, but also reassuring. But we know that any vision without funding is just an aspiration. So I started by going out to different community sponsors and asked them to fund this event, and they were very gracious in doing that. So with careful budgeting, we stretched every dollar to the cent and bought all sorts of fun prizes and had engaging activities for the students to do. We also teamed up with our PTO and worked with them to design a special shirt for the incoming 3rd graders so that they could show school spirit from day one. To add even more spirit, we teamed up with OCMS and they brought their cheerleaders over, which filled it with all sorts of energy and encouragement. And our student council at our school stepped up in leadership, where they guided the incoming 3rd graders in activities and a tour around the school. We had 5th graders share inspiring speeches about what made OCS so special. We also had our adaptive special education class get involved, and they labeled every gift bag with a personalized tag for every 2nd grader coming up. But even with all that planning and all that preparation, all those logistics, what truly made this remarkable and a well-rounded experience, and something we're very proud of, is the third graders last year participated in project-based learning to make the logistics happen. So for example, students had to use math skills to solve practical problems such as 10,000 beads had to be divided between 165 students, so that took quite a math for them to do. We also made a kit for every second grader coming in where they were making what the youth now call drip. It's like a little necklace, but they call it drip. Okay, so we called it drip too. And so they had to have 60 beads of 4 different colors, so they had to do some multiplication to figure out how many beads go in each pre-made kit. They had to calculate how many necklaces would be made out of 80 yards of string. In another task, they had to measure all the tables in the lunchroom to figure out how much butcher paper needed to cover it. So all those skills are directly related to third grade math standards. And these are just a few ways that students put their learning into action by transforming classroom lessons into meaningful and authentic learning experiences. So by the end of Step Up Day, there was a room and a school full of joy and laughter and excitement, and it's proof that when we come together as a school community, we can make every new beginning something to look forward to. So thank you. And this is Andy. Come on up, right here.
My name is Andy, and I'm a third grader at OCES. The idea of coming to a new school, even though my mom works there, was a little scary. It seemed like such a big school and so serious. When I first came to Step Up Day for third grade, my stomach had butterflies because I didn't know what to expect from the big school. But once I walked up and saw the smiling faces and felt the excitement, I felt so welcome. By the end of Step Up Day, I didn't feel nervous anymore. I felt excited to start third grade and be part of this awesome school. Hi, my name is Charlotte. When I went to Step Up Day for third grade at OCES, I felt a little nervous at first. Everything was new. The building, the teachers, and all the kids I didn't know yet. But once I got there, everyone was so kind and welcoming that my nerves started to go away. We did fun activities, and they pumped us up to be ready to move from a little chief to a chief. Now that I'm a third grader, I love my new school. It's such a great place to learn and have fun every day.
Hi, I'm Leah Fuller, and I am Charlotte's mom. I'm so glad that I get just a moment to truly be able to share how this Step Up Day influenced our family. And I think that the way Erin described it as joyful and full of excitement describes that day perfectly. I have, or had a second grader, now third grader, who is so many really wonderful things, but one of the things that we hold really dear and struggle through sometimes is how reserved that we are and really shy. And this Step Up Day completely altered the narrative of her view of third grade. I mean, we went from being so scared and so nervous to coming home that same day, bouncing off the walls. Had a smile on her face, I mean, talking a mile a minute about all the things that she was going to get to do and the things that she saw and the people that she met. And it completely changed the narrative of how she felt about going from her little chief school to the elementary school. And it just, our family has reflected on this day so many times over the course of like the last 6 months because of how much it meant to us. And I think the other huge impact that it had on our family is that my younger daughter, Madeline, who's here tonight, she has got to hear her sister talk about the impact of that day. And it has significantly had a lasting impact on our family. So I'm so glad that I was able to share that.
Thank you.
So as you can see, it's a tradition that we're going to keep, and we really appreciate all the hard work that was put into it by our staff, and of course, the students had a blast, and I think they might have something a little bit for them. I think they made some drip for you guys.
We got some drill.
Know what drip was.
This was the first one,
Yes.
and when did y'all do it?
The Thursday before, was it Thursday in May, like the week before they came up, like the last week of school? Yep, so. Oh.
It's a good fashion statement. Yeah, I like it.
Hey, well. Next, we have presentations and discussions. Business Services, Mr. Adams.
Always get the luck to follow all these great presentations, so, with some exciting news. Good evening, board members and Dr. Butler. Dr. Butler, okay. The Business Service Report for October 2025 contains 6 items of information and no action items. Our first item of information is our cash balance report. As of September 30th, the closing cash balance reflects an 8.18% decrease compared to the previous month. Despite this month-over-month decline, our cash balances for September remain strong, and we are still well positioned to meet our financial obligations for the fiscal year. We should start to see a trend upwards when the collections for the local taxes start rolling in. Our second item of information is our all vendor payments that were made during the month of September. We paid 494 vendors $3.6 million for the month. The third item of information is the budget report for September. Revenue collections for the month stand at 14.4%. Again, this is that waiting on the tax collections to come in. This monthly percentage is in line with prior years, though, where we've been with collections if you look at past years. Expenditures, which typically would be at 25% for the month, are currently at 28.8%. Bless you. The higher percentage includes encumbrances totaling $3.2 million, or about 2.7% for the fiscal year. And so without those encumbrances, we'd be right in line with where we should be expected to be at the month, 25%. Our fourth item of information is the East Bloss collections report. We had a decrease of 1.82% in collections over last month, but a 2.71% increase over September of last year. Our fifth item of information is the East Block 6 report. Revenues and expenditures have been updated through the end of September. And our last item of information is our federal funds report. Our funding allocations, as we get these throughout the year, they're reimbursement based, as remind you all. Just want to give you an update. We have not heard anything from the DOE on any slowdowns in our reimbursements from the federal shutdown, so we're still on target to be where we are with the normal reimbursements we've been receiving. So we haven't seen any slowdowns. And that concludes my report, unless the board has any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Operations, Dr. White.
I apologize, I did not bring any drip this evening. So good evening, board members and Dr. Butler. Operations has no items of information for this evening and one action item for this month's regular session. Our action item is the replacement of an HVAC unit at Column Ferry Elementary School. The second grade pod identified in this picture has a VRF system that has not been working. We've had spot coolers in the classrooms, and the school has had to also move students to alternate locations within the school during this period. Despite the best efforts of the maintenance team, this unit is not repairable. The VRF system has a centralized unit that provides cooling to several classrooms. By replacing just the VRF main unit, we will not have to replace the entire system. The superintendent's recommendations for the Board of Education to approve the purchase of a new unit from Style Services for a proposal cost of $30,795 this evening. This project will be paid for using East Bloss and general fund dollars. This concludes the operations report, unless there are any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Dr. White. Excuse me. Communications to the board, Mr. Calkins.
Mr. Ransom, no one has signed up this evening.
Thank you. Action items, Dr. Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom. If it pleases the board, we can take items A, B, C, D, and E together, as they are all out-of-state field trips. We would recommend those trips to be approved as presented.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Hammack? Second. Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
All right, item F is the board policy JCDAF, use of electronic devices by students. We would recommend that the draft policy be placed on the table for public review and comment until the next Board of Education meeting.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item G is the proposal to purchase 30 interactive panels for elementary schools at the cost of $66,171. This bid is from Howard Technology Solutions. We would recommend the purchase of these interactive boards to be approved using East Bloss funds.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Hammack?
Second.
Mr. Hammond, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item H is a school bus RFQ. We would recommend the purchase of 6 new school buses from Rush Bus Centers for the proposal cost of $937,800. This project will be paid using East Bloss and general fund dollars.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Ms. Parrish?
Second.
Mr. Hammack? All in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item I is the vehicle surplus list. We would recommend that this item be approved as presented.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Hammack?
Second.
Mr. Hammond, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item J is the transportation radio system. We would recommend the purchase of a digital radio system from Alpha Communications for the proposal cost of $61,290. This will equip all buses and base stations and will be paid using East Bloss and general fund dollars.
Need a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item K is the North Oconee High School bleacher repair from H.E. Hodge for a proposal cost of $43,800. We would recommend the approval of this project using East Bloss and general fund dollars. It's also important to note that the work on this project will begin when basketball season concludes, so no interruption to the season will occur.
Parrish?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item L is the FY27 capital outlay project application. We would recommend this application be approved as presented.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
Item M is the North Oconee High School storm water pipe. The proposal cost includes $111,273 from Smith & Company and $3,500 from Breedlove Land Planning. We would recommend this proposal cost be approved as presented using eSplost and general fund dollars.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Ms. Parrish?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0.
And finally, item N is the Collin Ferry HVAC unit. We would recommend the purchase of a new HVAC unit from Styles Services for the proposal cost of $30,795 using eSplost and general fund dollars.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 4-0. We do have a need to discuss personnel, and I need a motion to go into executive session to do so.
I'll make a motion that the board will adjourn to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon personnel matters as described on the affidavit to be attached to the minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Parrish.
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 4-0. We're adjourned to executive session.